If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and don't forget to like and comment. Today's first story, my wife is being lazy and not helping provide for our life. This may be a little long, but I really need some direction here. My wife, 28F, and I, M29, have been married for 8 years this July, and due to COVID she was let go from her job. They didn't have it in the budget to keep her on. Not really a big deal considering I make enough to cover us both, not super comfortably but at least bills are paid. I thought she would jump right back into the workforce, but instead, she has decided to use this time to what appears do nothing. She doesn't go out to visit friends and insists on starting all of these useless hobbies. They don't net any money and she's constantly asking me for things on Amazon. It's getting to the point now where I'm exhausted. I work overtime now because making ends meet isn't easy on just a normal 40-hour week. I've picked up a side job at night stocking at a grocery store just to try to get a little more income. She doesn't seem to understand how it's affecting me. I don't want to do things with her because I'm just exhausted when I get home. She doesn't keep up with the housework and the responsibility of keeping the house clean has fallen on me. I do all the grocery shopping and make sure the cars have stayed functioning. I try to approach her about it from a place of understanding because I'm sure she's depressed and just needs some support. I don't want to keep bringing it up to her because she looks at me like I'm just being cruel, but I just need her to go back to work. We had a good routine when we were both working. We were so in sync and everything ran smoothly. We had time to ourselves and we were able to enjoy each other's company. We watched movies and had really nice conversations. I just feel so closed off to her. I feel I'd be a little more understanding if this didn't feel like a pattern. She gets a job for 8 months or so and then either quits because she doesn't get along with her managers or the job isn't what she was looking for. She has done this since about 2 years into our marriage. I've always tried to be very supportive, but every time she quits a job, it's on short notice and gives me no time to prepare for the additional cost I have to come up with. She doesn't line anything up and is out of work for months. I'm not unreasonable, and I know so many people who have been displaced by COVID. It wasn't her fault she lost this job, but we have friends who were called back when they started reopening, and I have since learned she got a call to come back, but declined. I'm feeling so angry and just so sad that she's doing this to me, but I want to be able to help her. I guess I just need some advice on what to do next, if anyone has anything. TLDR, wife has put us in a difficult position financially and is making choices to intentionally avoid helping. The best comment for this story. I've picked up a side job at night stocking at a grocery store just to try to get a little more income. If you can pick up extra work, so can she. There is simply no excuse for an able-bodied person to not bring an income into a marriage when that is needed. If she isn't working, she should also be covering the majority of the house chores. But you can't force her to get a job, keep a job, or clean. All you can do is be crystal clear that her not contributing is impacting the relationship and that she shouldn't expect a one-sided relationship like this to stay healthy much longer. Love isn't enough in LTR. Both parties have to contribute to a shared life, either via income, domestic work, or both. That's the end of first story. If you guys not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Let's start the second one. Wife, 33, and employee, 28, are making me feel uncomfortable. We are both females and have been out and gay for a very long time. Kara is the breadwinner, and for now I stay home with the kids doing school stuff. So my wife Kara, 33, and I have been together 10 years and have 3 kids. Before all this, our relationship is beyond perfect. I definitely found my best half, only small disagreements here and there, but otherwise we are pretty chill and laid back. I mean, parenting is rough at times, but we make a good team. Anyway, she's worked with a woman, Maya, 28, for about 5 years, first at a different company then brought her over to her new company. My wife is a boss and can hire and do whatever she wants at her company, and she knew Ma was a good employee. My wife is the total opposite of me, outgoing, talkative, really nice to everyone. People often mistake her kindness as flirting, and she's completely oblivious that people take it like that. She's just a friendly person. Ma's personal life is a mess. Lost her kid to her ex, never has stable housing, cheated on her ex-husband with a family member of his, edit added. But according to my wife, she's a good person etc, and knows she made mistakes. Find whatever I get it people mess up. I've never met her all these years, because my wife doesn't hang out with her like that, just work/text friends. Even so, we helped her find stable housing, because she seemed important to my wife and I wanted to support her friendships. Well, in August I'm on my wife's phone, snooping because we have never cared in the past about our phones and privacy, but something felt off. I wasn't sure if I was being paranoid due to my past with dating cheaters, but I was curious. Most convos were on Snapchat and a lot of saved pics. Found some that were partially nude and suggestive. Obviously I lost my shit and brought it up right away. She apologized and said it wasn't like that, and how she felt bad for Maya, and how Maya had bad self-esteem, so she was being nice, and those pics were sent to a lot of people, not just her. I said as her boss, and as a married woman, she shouldn't be saving pictures of a basically naked women she knew. I have zero problems with porn, as long as the person isn't someone we know. She deleted Snapchat on her own. It was also weird how Kara had used her own Amazon account to buy stuff and have it sent to Maya's apartment. Some of the stuff was questionable, like beyond giving to a friend, but Kara's excuse was that Maya didn't have her own account, but all of a sudden that weekend she got her own. I had no knowledge she was buying her stuff and being paid back. She mentioned it one time when she first moved into her place. She was getting her one thing, but that's it. Otherwise the other 10 things I had no knowledge of. Maya has said in the past my wife is amazing and how jealous she is of her life with me. So now in hindsight that screams home wrecker. I asked her to limit contact, and I honestly wanted a break in our relationship because it all seemed so sketchy. But we had built this amazing life together, so obviously it's hard to put that on pause. Shortly after that my wife was off work for a few weeks and worked from home. We reconnected and worked on things, and I really thought we were moving past it all. She was really working hard at redeeming herself. She still had to talk to Maya at work, and I noticed she limited texts, but never actually checked, because I honestly wanted to believe her. So recently her phone wasn't attached to her, and I looked at her texts. Yay, she texts Maya, and nope, not all work related. Kara sends her pictures of our family doing stuff or random things throughout the day, and Maya does the same. A lot seemed deleted and watered down. Only a couple comments seemed off and made me uncomfortable. This time I haven't said anything yet, but she can probably tell something's off because I'm pretty short when we talk. I'm so tired of talking about it. She knows where I stand with this woman. So what else do I have to say? I don't want to be controlling and tell her who she can and can't talk to. I'm one to always face problems head on and work to fix it, not ignore it, but maybe I should. TLDR, wife has gotten inappropriate pics from an employee and has worked to fix it, but it seems to be continuing to some extent. I don't even know what to say anymore because I'm sick of talking about her. The best comment for this story: gut instincts are a real thing. You develop that, especially when you know a person. There must be other people in her life, but only Maya bothers you. Why? Meet this head on. Remind your wife why you are willing to give her a chance. Seek help, because yes, a loving relationship is worth saving. And it's better to nip this while you can still move on from this, without it becoming a deal breaker.